What's up, everyday blades? All right, we got another CKF today. I actually got this in, I don't know, about 10 days ago, but I've been a little bit under the weather and didn't feel too bad, but just didn't have a voice and wouldn't have made a very good video. So I'm back and back with my favorite knife company. So this is a knife a good friend of mine insisted that I get. Someone I respect in the knife community. And the reason I'd put off getting it was because it's a front flipper. I'm okay with flippers, I guess, but I've come to accept them, and I kind of like some of them, like the Sherry Gorops. You just can't beat them. But front flipper is a whole different category for me. I can say if I was going to keep a front flipper, this would be the one. I don't think this is going to be a keeper for me, even though the build quality and the visuals and the action is just unbelievable. This, if you like or even tolerate front flippers, this knife is killer. So this is the FIF20, CKF FIF20. They make a larger version. This is the smaller one. This is number 34 out of, I don't know, probably 300, 200 or 300. If you don't know, CKF, Custom Knife Factory, makes small batches of killer knives. Probably their most popular being the Evo, the Evolution, the Rotten Evolutions 1 and 2, and they're about to drop the third one. Probably the most popular knife I've seen in recent memory. I have the 1 and 2, have been very blessed to be able to get a hold of those. Took me a long time to get them. Prices on the Evo 1 have just gone astronomical, and the Evo 2 is getting way up there. The Evo 3 is, not to get off topic, but the Evo 3 is going to be similar in size to the Evo 1, so that's going to be really cool. So people can have a chance to get a knife that's very similar to the Evo 1 without paying those crazy prices, right? So let's get into it. Carbon fiber show scale with zirconium bolster. Looks like anodized. I think most of their hardware is stainless steel. Anodized titanium pocket clip. Same thing, same finish on the backside. The payoff on this knife is that beautiful hand rubbed satin finish. I mean, it's just killer. The jimping right here just feels amazing. It's a perfect amount of grip. Just feels like a luxurious knife. Look at it. Look at the action on this thing. I mean, it's literally butter. It's running on multi-row ceramic bearings, but this knife is unique. It's a front flipper, and I've had other front flippers before come through here. They didn't operate very well for me. I'm just not a front flipper guy, but this one is completely effortless. I mean, you can even slow roll it out. It just, if they didn't have this sharp piece right here, it would almost be a pleasure just to slow roll that thing out, just to fidget it. It was just, I mean, it's just nothing. I mean, you can barely give this thing a flip and it comes right out. It's probably the best action of any knife that I have. But it doesn't detract from the fact that it's a front flipper and it's just not me. The lockup is just beautiful on there. So it also comes with another clip, which this is titanium also. It's just got a different anodization on it, which I'm not used to with CKF. Usually CKF, if there's two clips in the package, one of them is either Zerk tie or Timascus. I don't know why they went a different route on this one. So I was kind of expecting this to be Timascus, which I don't believe that it is. Some of the goodies CKF comes with, and I haven't showed this in some of the other ones, is Russian money. I thought that was a really cool touch. And of course you get all replacement hardware, pivot, stickers, authentication card, ID card, this microfiber cloth, which they're some of my favorite microfiber cloths of anybody. It's awesome. They have the best pouches of anybody, I think. They're just super cool. So let's take some measurements on this knife. Sorry, I'm having to operate at a funny angle today. filming in another room again just because the sunlight is so good. 8 inches overall. Looks like we're about 3 5/8 on the blade and 4 3/4 on the handle scales. So to take this knife fully apart, these screws are just to hold on the show scale. And then there's titanium underneath it. It's full titanium liners, which is super cool. The knife is very, very sturdy. The action is unfreaking believable. There's almost no weight to this knife for what it is. For as much titanium as in here, it doesn't weigh a whole lot. Feels really good in hand. Has probably 7 out of 10 ergos. I mean, it's definitely not an Evo, but you can fill it in a couple of spots, but nothing that's ever would be an issue for me. The only deal breaker for me with this knife is the front flipper. Everything else, the fit and finish, zirconium backspacer, which is just normal stuff for CKF. I probably carried this knife a few days and just fidgeted it, just rolling that thing out. Of course, that sharp spot starts to bother you, but just a well-built knife. You can't see this thing in pictures. When you see them for sale, you just can't know how well built and how beautiful this thing is. It's just a masterpiece. M390 blade steel. I did see on here, it comes in M390, S90V, and Damasteel, and I haven't seen any of those. That would be really cool to have either one of those steels, but you definitely can't bark at M390. I think to me, it's right on par with S90V. I don't think either one of them trumps the other one. Let's look at a size comparison. Most people know the size of the Evo 2. That's probably the most popular of the CKF line. Really similar in length. The Evo is a little bit awkward shaped, so it's hard to tell it in this frame. It doesn't look like it, but if you pull it back and kind of straighten them up, they're very, very similar in length. Of course, the Evo is quite a bit fatter, but this knife is super, super carryable. Like I said, my buddy Spencer, this is one of his favorite knives. He just went on and on about it, and I don't think he's wrong. I love the knife. It's just the fact that I'm not a front flipper guy. I just don't care for that. Flippers are one thing, I tolerate them, but front flipper is just not my gig. So anyway, this is the FIF20 from Philippe Georgier is a designer and Custom Knife Factory is a maker. If you like the look of this knife, if you don't mind a front flipper, in my eyes, this is one of the best front flippers you'll find. And I do know guys that just love front flippers. They think they're cool. They think they're great. I think they're cool. They just don't jive with me. But anyway, this one will be going down the line. My next, I'm still on the hunt for a CKF Rampage. I think they've only dropped like 60 of them. I'm hoping there's going to be another drop with all this mess going on. I really want to get a hold of one of those. And I'd love to have an Evo 3. Kind of on the list and kind of not. It's kind of a gray area. So kind of through a friend. So we'll see how that works out because I don't know what variants he has. I can't afford the Damasteel, mocha tie. I want kind of the middle of the road one. So anyway, just another amazing knife by CKF. I've yet to have one come across my desk that I didn't think was amazing, and this is right up there with them. So if you're interested, jump all over it. And also, the same goes with the rest of them. If you get it and you don't like it, you're not going to have problems selling it because they just don't sell many of these. They make a few of them, drop them, and then they're gone. They may make some different variants or whatever, but usually they're more expensive variants. Damasteel, what have you, mocha tie, zirc tie. All that stuff's beautiful, but all that stuff's pricey. So check it out. Guys, thanks for watching. God bless you and your families. Say a prayer for our country.